What's good, listeners? Our guest returning to the Strike a Chord segment is drummer Chris Dalley from Authority Zero, live on the Chris College Show, Millennial Talk Show. Also, keep a lookout for a brand new podcast series, Off the Fret, featuring the Blowies as our inaugural guest. More music talk. So what's going on, Dalley? You look so cozy on this evening.
Yeah, I'm just relaxing.
That's what's up, man. And we're beyond stoked to have you on, man, because I just want to let the listeners who are might be new to the show, but Chris Dalley, he's been a supporter of us since day one. You came on during season 1, and now we're on to season 8, 2 years in the game with over 100+ episodes. So I want to give you a huge shout out, man, because people might know this if you listen to the first episode. I am the biggest fanatic of Authority Zero.
Why?
It's like, why is it one of my
He's
biggest
a
favorite
fangirl, and
I'm the biggest fangirl.
He wants you to sign his tits. And
oh my gosh! Now that you bring that up,
West, well, he wants you to sign his titties. Go ahead and sign them.
Now that you're bringing that up, might as well share it real quick. Last time, Marissa made a comment saying that, hey, Chris is being such a fangirl of Authority Zero, he would love for Dalley to sign his tits. And I go, I allow him to sign my tits every day. So 22S Radio actually suspended us from the air for 2 weeks from that show. So if it makes you feel better, that's our only time we've ever been suspended.
Congratulations, I guess.
That's the punk rock lifestyle. You can't
totally.
But Dalley, let's get right on into it, because the greatest surprise of 2021 was when you reached out to me via Facebook to share your brand new album before the rest of the world heard the announcement. But I do have to say at the top of the show, I was a bit caught off guard when I saw last month that Authority Zero released The Back Nine, the band's first EP ever. I mean, why did AZ decide to switch towards this direction?
We're basically just doing a snowball effect right now. I mean, we can't really tour right now at the time, so get listeners excited about stuff. So I mean, we did a single for All Y'all Oxen Free, and then did another single for Fire Off Another, and we're doing the EP, and might be an announcement in the next few days for a full length. Who knows?
I like hearing that. But I mean, so obviously COVID did play a factor in the decision making behind the scenes for the band to actually hold back and not release all of the tracks. I mean, is there, because one of my first thoughts on this was, obviously, I thought part of the reason why you guys didn't drop the full length album was because of the new addition to the band, guitarist Eric Walsh. Did that have any influence in delaying the full length album or not?
No, not at all. We actually were. It takes a long time for the whole process to do. We recorded in November. Didn't get mixed until January. Mastering all that stuff, and then finding artwork and getting artwork done, and deciding what we're going to put out as a single, and then of course the auditions took place too. So that really didn't have a direct. We already knew it was going to come out in late spring, early summer, which is what it's coming out as.
And I know I'm going to be definitely tackling that a little later in the interview about that online submission, because I can only imagine that is so insane. But Dalley, it was my understanding, because you've already jumped on it, and we're going to be playing that song for all the listening audience out there today. But Ollie Ollie Oxenfree, it's my understanding that first single from the Back Nine originated from a decade-old drum roll that never seemed to work out for you in previous bands until bassist Mike Sparrow put a guitar lick to it. Is that sort of how it originated?
Mike Sparrow is a crazy demented genius, is what he is. I've had that. I came up with this drum riff, the opening riff that you hear on the song, 15 years ago, and wow. I played it for other people and going, I don't know what to do with that. I'm like, well, that sucks. So I mean, it would just like be my sound check stuff. Like when we do a sound check, and then we were doing pre-production for the new record, and I'm like, Mike, can you come up with something like this? He goes, and he just went to his phone and did like an audio recording of the thing. He goes, all right, and then came to the rehearsal place. The next he goes, hey, I wrote the song. I'm like, what? Like in 12 hours, he wrote the song.
So 15 years of band members cycling in and out. Nobody could put anything to work with it. And Mike Sparrow, that mad genius of himself, which we have to remind everybody, he's the bassist in the band, but he's also phenomenal with playing the guitars. And while we're at this point, I was kind of grappling with this idea. Like, I know that you guys were going through the whole guitars online submission. You ended up finding Eric Walsh, but like, who in the band? Is it Jason? Is it Mike? I know you play the drums, but do you play a little bit of guitar? Who has to remember all those songs when someone moves on? Like, do you go to ultimateguitar.com? I mean, do you write it
Well,
down? I mean, how's that work?
well, I mean, you basically, I mean, you always put your recordings down. I mean, Mike's one of those guys where him and Jason, who writes the songs, lion's share of all the songs, they put the name down. And they basically will know it by ear after they played a few times.
Wow.
So I mean, it's now. I mean, it's getting harder now because this is our third full length in 3 years or 4 years.
Right,
So
right.
it's like, okay, now we have to try to figure out how we're going to condense into a 75-minute set now. But we also want to promote the new record too, but also not overdo it.
I know. I mean, especially right now, we're about to be playing you one of your live stream performances that you had with Spin Magazine.
Oh, cool.
Phenomenal! It was so insane to see you guys hit the waves, and we're about to show
Finally.
that for everybody right now because you got to see how kick-ass Chris Dalley, Mike, and Jason and Eric are performing live, and I know they're about to be hitting live performances soon. So this is Ali Ali Oxy.
There was a time when I felt truly alive, but the time has been go by. Don't get me wrong, the quality still assembly survive, and so on, rationing out my words. Seems there's nowhere left to turn. Still I don't understand just what's going on. Just hold on and be strong and belong in good company. Hold on and be strong and bring us a sweet harmony. Looming over, throw up your hands. Draw you closer, can you hear me? Ollie, ollie, ollie on chest free. Let's go! I'm always one step behind. An evolutionary king in the line. When the rest on yourself all life on either side. You didn't know when, tell me when do you turn. When there's no one to save you. Nothing beside this host. Now calling out your name. I just don't understand just what's going on. Just hold on and be strong and be long in good company. Hold on and be strong and bring us a sweet harmony. Pull me closer, throw up your hands. Draw you closer, can you hear me? Ollie, oxy, all along, tripping on every stone. Along the way, they make your own path to suffer gone. The illusion of days, aggravation, deviation. Face the pavement, just pick yourself up again. Now calling out your name. Hold on and be strong and be long and good company. Hold on and be strong and bring us to sweet harmony. Pull me over, throw up your hands. Draw you closer, can you hear me? Ollie, oxy.
But I just want to remind all the listeners out there, listening to Strike a Chord, we got Chris Dalley, the drummer. And, I got to say this, you guys sound so kick-ass live. It almost sometimes sounds better than the album. And I mean that in a huge compliment because the album is so damn good, but you guys thrash it out that there's like this whole other hidden element that comes out, and you clearly see that in this performance right here. Obviously, something's gluing within the band, so I'm very excited to see what's up. But I know there was a piece that was left in the void, and that was looking for that guitarist, right? And you guys had over 200 plus online submissions for a new guitarist.
Yeah.
And what made AZ say Eric Walsh is our guy?
Well, the funny thing was, I mean, the record was not even supposed to be even made pre-pandemic. I mean, we were supposed to have 7 months of touring last year. That, of course, didn't happen.
Right.
But we just wrote a new record, and we were like going, okay, what are we gonna do? Because I mean, Dan, our previous guitar player, he found his true love in acting, and we wish him the best, and we're still
The
buds
Good
and all that
Girls.
stuff.
I know he's on the Good
Yeah.
Girls. I saw him pop up on that actually.
Absolutely.
My parents have been watching it.
So I mean, we wish him nothing but the best. I mean, he's a great guy. But like we didn't know how to really tackle this because we had never done open auditions before. So our singer Jason was particularly nervous because it's a new thing.
And that's
so
his
when we
baby.
announced it, yeah, I mean once we announced it, I mean it was a flood, and we had some people that we knew that had submitted some, hey, I'd like to do this and all that stuff. But once Eric submitted, all of us have known Eric for years. Poor Habit's first tour, when Eric was all of 17, 18 years old, was opening up for Authority Zero. So there was no really getting to know you. We knew he's a shredder. We knew he's a kick-ass guitarist, a kick-ass person. And so we just like brought him out there. We like tried him out, and like we knew the first song. I saw Mike had that big smile on his face. I'm like, he's in. Even before, I mean, there was no words said. I'm like, I saw Mike's face. I'm like, yeah, he's in the band.
Yeah. That's. I mean, because the last time I've seen anybody do an online submission to this extent is Megadeth, when they were trying to look for their drummer. So I've never seen any other band do what you guys did. I feel like that is such a huge risk because you got all your fans eyeballs all on you guys. And did you guys feel kind of stressed about that, or did you guys like, I don't give two shits? I mean, the guy that we pick is the guy that we pick.
I mean, there's always a bit of uncertainty anyway. I mean, like who's submitting just because they're a fan of the band? Do they even know how to play guitars? I mean, you have to weed all that stuff out. But I mean, it was pretty easy. I mean, once we like went through all that stuff, so it was pretty cool.
That's so true. And I know Marissa kind of had a little bit of a jump on it, but we're about to be playing that song Fire Off Another. And I like the lyrics to it because there is that kind of uncertainty to it. And what I like about your punk music is, because I know a lot of the punk bands, we're very much involved in the kind of the political world, but you guys don't really have that on this EP, which I kind of like. You kind of leave it up to the listening audience, unless, am I missing something? I don't know. But I really caught off. I really like the line where you go, I'm right, you're wrong, we can do this all day long. How did that kind of get inspired? Like, where was Jason's mind at, Mike's and Chris, when you guys were all creating this song?
Well, Jason's like the primary lyric writer. So I mean, he basically lets us even try to interpret our own way. He doesn't really tell us what he's writing about. He lets it be interpreted. Okay, what do you think this means? Which I think is like a very smart way to go, because people could take it the wrong way and all that stuff. So hey, take what my lyrics are and interpret it yourself in your own, which you're familiar with. So as far as the music goes, I mean, I knew the song was just a banger from the pre-production demos that Mike sent me on his from his garage band. So it's like I knew the song was going to be a smasher beforehand. So I mean, it's a song that I'm super stoked to be a part of, and I mean, it's an honor. I mean, Mike knows me more than most people do as my drumming style. He knew what I wanted, what I was trying to accomplish, and we killed it with that one, I felt.
Does it seem strange to you? I had the best intentions away with you. All these waiting questions, how much down? And all your sign coming, no surprise, you blew. The group that just kept running under your thumb, pressing your intentions. Typical reaction. Yeah, one by one. Facing immediate attention. Fire up another yawning over your head. Fire up another from the moment that you said I'm right, you're wrong. You do this all day long, right? Fire up another yawning over your head. Fire up another from the moment that you said I'm right, you're wrong. We can do this all day long. Fire up another, I'll be right here. What it started as a joke turned quickly to confessions and the second that you spoke. Idiot destruction, such a chronic cosmic rogue. Beating the affection, no distraction, diamond touching you, beating your distraction. Under your thumb, changing your direction. Typical reaction. Yeah, one by one. Facing a meaning and attention. Fire up another, you know in your head. Fire up another from the moment that you said, I'm right, you're wrong. We could do this all day long. I'm right, you're wrong. Fire up another, rolling over your head. Fire up another from the moment that you said, I'm right, you're wrong. We could do this all day long. Fire up another, right here. It's getting cold outside. There's a storm rolling in. It's gonna take a while to apprehend what has been. It's getting cold outside. There's a blaze in the air. It's gonna take a good while to apprehend what has been. It's getting cold outside. There's a blaze in the air. It's gonna take a good while to apprehend what has been. Fire up another, rubbing over your head. Fire up another from the moment that you said, I'm right, you're wrong. We can do this all day long. I'm right, you're wrong. Fire up another, rubbing over your head. Fire up another from the moment that you said, I'm right, you're wrong. We can do this all day long. Fire up another, I'll be right here. You're wrong. You guys have been great tonight. Thanks so very much. We're Authority Zero. We'll see you guys very, very soon. Thank you once again to Spin. And take care of one another out there. Cheers, friends.
That's
Thank
what's
you.
up. That is Authority Zero's one of their other brand new singles. It's called Fire Off Another. You can check out those songs on their Back 9 EP. And we got drummer Chris Dalley joining us on the Chris Collins Show, Millennial Talk Show, as our Strike a Chord artist. And Dalley, when I saw the title of your new EP, The Back 9, I don't know about the rest of the band, but I immediately knew that you had a major voice. And
No.
really now. Because
No.
you're the one that picked up golf that I see all the time. And then who came up with the Back 9 then?
Jason did. I mean,
Really?
Jason's not a,
And
Jason's not,
Jason's a golfer, or did
No.
he pick it up from you?
he's not. I don't know. I think it's another like metaphor. That's the thing.
Is
I mean, it's like
is it a sexual metaphor?
no.
Oh,
Because
Definitely not.
I did want to share with you. We did find the slang definition of the Back 9. Do you?
Oh,
do you
God,
care for us
really?
to indulge it to you?
Sure.
It's a male orgasm during which no semen is ejaculated. So, is it fair to say that it's not intercourse, but you mean the golf course?
For me,
But you are a golfer.
I am now.
But I mean,
Yeah.
speaking on the whole idea of the Back 9, so that's really
I love it.
interesting. So Jason DeVore, he's the one that kind of came up with this.
So ask Jason if it's because he's shooting blanks that he.
No.
Damn, son, he's probably listening. He's never gonna want to come on air with
He's like,
us.
who is this Marissa? What's going on?
But
I'm waiting for a text right now. I'm like, okay.
yeah, right.
My semen's intact. It's intact, man.
Tell him I'm okay.
But Dalley, usually the Back 9 in golf is like the hardest holes in the game. I mean, is that
Yeah.
usually was that?
That could
what
be.
his
That could be
deal
like. I
was
mean, like I said. I mean, Jason really never tells us. I mean, unless it's a very obvious
He
thing
doesn't
with his
tell
lyrics.
you guys.
No. That's which I
live
like.
with it.
I
I'm
like
the
that.
singer.
Because I mean, that way I don't say anything stupid. Because I'm a drummer. And I say stupid things all the time.
That's
You're
why
gonna
we
talk
have you
about-
on the show.
Yeah.
But
Divulge your secrets.
Waiting for
no,
our manager to now text me.
yeah, I know the manager's
Like, no more Chris Collins show.
Now we're getting
That's
Chris.
it.
No, but I find that really cool, man. I thought there was something to do with it, but I kind of like how there's like this hidden element. It was just kind of similar.
Oh,
as his
I wasn't
last
complaining about it at all. I mean, the fact
album. Oh,
that
I know you weren't
became
complaining. I
became a golfer. I became a golfer because of the pandemic. I mean, I was like, the first 2 months that we were like in lockdown, literally. I mean, we got the house, our new house, me and my family,
Yeah.
2 days before the lockdown.
Wow.
And
Wow.
there's a golf course. There 8 holes right behind me. And
So you
I
almost made it to the back nine.
yeah, well, I became a golfer. I mean, I literally started golfing last July, and I'm now it's like crack, and it's good exercise.
That's so true, and I know that obviously you kind of get into a point because I think with the back nine, it kind of sort of addresses that experience of feeling that burnout,
Mhm.
during this, god awful pandemic. So any of the bands out there that are listening to you, seeing that Authority Zero's grinding, what's your message to kind of uh, get these other amateur bands to kind of kickstart their hearts and making something happen now?
Well, basically, I mean, you just have to drive. You have to have the drive. You have to have the determination. I mean, it's like it's very hard nowadays, especially. I mean, it's actually easier to get your music heard now because of streaming and all that stuff. But it's also don't expect to be making money like hand over fist. It's not going to be a very easy thing to do now. Um,
Absolutely true.
but if you have the conviction of it, that's all that matters. I mean, I still love what I do, and as is Jason, Mike, and Eric. I mean, we have this dedication to the band to bring music to others, and like the fact that we did this, I think we made the best record of our career personally.
Oh,
Um,
trust me, I heard it. Just not to give too much away, but it is fucking kick ass, and you're in for a treat. But we're gonna be playing you the actual title EP, The Back Nine, right now. This is from their live performance with Spin Magazine. This is Authority Zero.
I've seen some things, more than most people would believe. I've lived my dreams, some shattered, twisted, and buckled at the knees. I've fallen down, my ghost comes back to haunt some days. I've paid the price for every stone I turn with lesson learned hard way. Just go to show, I don't know what they think is all in, that's for sure. But this I know, they give my head back out, begging for more. And don't wanna talk about it. Maybe it's me, say, there's no two ways around it. I act like it, don't face me, try and sort it out. Don't face me, try to sort it out in hindsight. Maybe I'll never be alright. I'll take my time, cause I to live without it. Well, that's just right for the black night. Well, I've listened to advice that gave every word that said it. I've rolled the dice, been taking for every single set. I count the hours, ticking minutes, seconds, voices in my head, rolled up my sleeves, like make believe with this roulette. Just go to show, I don't know anything is all in this, not sure, but as I grow, taking my head back up, begging for more. Don't wanna talk about it. Maybe he hates me, say, but I can't live without it. It's me crazy, no two ways around it. I act like a kid, don't face me, try and sort it out in hindsight. Maybe I'll never be alright. I'll take my time, 'cause I can't live without it. But that's just life on the back night. I've seen some things, ask me next to most anything, can't tell the lie. I'm awake like every single dream, on me on my strike out again, but feeling fine, another round. Shuffle your cards and feel them out, life's too short to play your smart, yeah. Nothing good in life comes easy. Don't wanna talk about it. Maybe he hates me, say, but I can't live without it. Don't face it, try and sort it out. Act like it, don't face it, try and sort it out in hindsight. Maybe I'll never be alright. I'll take my time, 'cause I can't live without it. Well, that's just life on the back line. Oh yeah, that's life. Oh yeah, that's life. Oh yeah, that's life. Well, that's just life on the back line. Oh yeah, that's life. Oh yeah, that's life. Oh yeah, that's life. Well, that's just life on the back line.
where can the listening audience check out Authority Zero's brand new EP? And give me something. When are we gonna see the full-length album everywhere? Come on, tell us now. Let us
Well,
know the
you can
good
get the
news.
Back 9 EP right now on any streaming services.
I got it.
Amazon, Spotify, all that stuff.
No,
iTunes.
buy the physical record.
well, I
Get the
bought it
gold
on
tee, the
Spotify.
golf
You can't.
ball.
You
Oh,
can't buy the physical.
Ooh,
Yeah,
but-
I bought it on
see, it's-
Spotify. I did. I have your
Ooh.
your
Yeah.
EP.
You can buy it as an NFT. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I mean, if you go to our thing, if you go to our actual website, authority0.com, there's a webpage for no shirt, no service, and that you could get the album and get a golf ball with some tees and all that stuff, which I again didn't have anything to do with it. It was our manager.
Okay. I bet the manager's picking up some.
And as far as new music comes out, stay tuned. A couple days.
Woo! That's what's up. Couple days. I'm expecting Monday, next Thursday. That's my prediction. But hey, that's what's up, Chris Dalley. And thank you again for always supporting the show and
Always. Thank
returning
you,
to the Chris
guys.
College Show, Millennial
Thank
Talk
you.
Show.
Love
Very
you
much
both.
looking forward to seeing you guys live again
Hell yeah.
after this damn pandemic.